How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I ranked the top 10 catchers in MLB The Show 23, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, I've been keeping up with the comments in the previous ranking videos, and a lot of people want me to kind of break down some individual players a little bit more, so I decided to go with just one position for this video, and we're starting off with the two honorable mention cards. We are looking at Will Smith here, and he's pretty much a complete all-around player, especially if you parallel him up to at least the third tier. He'll have above 100 contact against both sides. He'll have 70 speed. He will also have some pretty good active quirks to go along with it. These quirks are going to help increase that contact attribute maybe a little bit more, as well as the PCI feedback. If you miss the PCI, you're still likely to get rewarded with a base hit or maybe even a late jammed base hit. Up next, we have Santana, Carlos Santana, as our honorable mention. There are only a couple of set 2 cards listed in this list. There's a lot of set 3 players, but this Carlos Santana card is a great all-around switch hitter. Elite contact, good power, his blocking is good enough. The defense doesn't really matter at the catcher position as much as arm strength, but he's also going to play a little bit better when your team is losing, which can be pretty helpful. At number 10, we have Richmond. This card has lower contact attributes, but he does have some really good quirks to go with it. He is an all-around catcher. He does have a little bit of speed there, great defensive quirks. The catcher's pop time quirk is going to give you better animations when throwing out runners. And he does have some really good offensive quirks. He hits fastballs. He plays better at home. Plays better when there's runners in scoring position. Plays better when there are runners not on base. He's just a really good all-around card. At number 9, we have Teal. This card is an all-around contact hitter with maybe a little bit of power, great defense, a little bit of speed. I would say Blake Mitchell is maybe slightly better than him. Neither one of these players have any quirks. This card is a little bit slower, but he does have more pop against lefties with a little bit less contact. At number 7, we have Jonah Heim. This card is a switch hitter. A really good contact hitter against lefties. I wish he had a little bit more power, but he does get the job done. He hits better with 2 strikes. So if you are looking to get the pitch count up, you can take until you get 2 strikes if you feel comfortable hitting that way, and this card should perform pretty well. At number 6, we have Elias Diaz, and this card is okay, I would say. He doesn't have the best swing. I like the players that I listed below him. I like their swing a little bit more, but this card's attributes are a little bit better. If you can get past the swing, if you like the swing, then he plays pretty well. He does have some quirks to help him out later in the ball game. He'll get the job done. You can use him as a platoon option, and he's fairly cheap. At number 5, we have Martin Dihigo. This card is a pitcher, of course, but you can use him pretty much in every single position. He is elite. He does have really good speed, really good defense, and a lot of power, more or less kind of similar to a home run derby card. Dihigo is definitely a card I'll be looking to pick up. We have Sean Murphy at number 4. This card to me is definitely a top 5 catcher. Some people might have him ranked a little bit higher. I'm not too sure about his swing. In years past, he did have a swing pretty similar to Mike Piazza. He does also have the better animations in the catcher pop time quirk and performs better on the road. I would rather use maybe Kyle Schwarber or a couple guys ahead of him, but if you are using that Sean Murphy card, that's a really good player. Kyle Schwarber is at number 3. To me, this card is a little bit better than what his attributes represent. These quirks are exactly what I'm looking for. I really like the night player quirk, guys that perform better when there are no runners on, but also have a really good clutch attribute, tend to play pretty well. At number 2, we have Joe Mauer. I think Joe Mauer is a little bit better than Kyle Schwarber. I would prefer the 125 contact across the board, and he has better quirks. He has more quirks, and pretty similar quirks at that. The Road Warrior, the Night Warrior, or the Night Player, I should say, but also Dead Red is a really good one. At number 1, we have Richmond. This card is probably a little bit better than Joe Mauer, but you can't go wrong with either one. To me, I think I like Joe Mauer maybe a little bit more. Adley is a switch hitter, but I had to rank Adley in the number 1 spot. He does have the same quirks as the Home Run Derby version, which is going to help him out tremendously. This card to me might be a little bit better than Joe Mauer because of the catcher pop time quirk, even though they both have maxed out fielding. Joe Mauer is a little bit faster. Richmond's a switch hitter with really good contact, maybe not maxed out completely, but I think both of those cards are really awesome. You can't go wrong with either one. It does depend on whether you need to balance out your lineup with lefties, righties, and switch hitters. Until next time, I'm College Lefty, and those are my top 10 catchers with a couple of honorable mentions. Peace out.